Worcester. Marquez is a power puncher who is also racking up 75 points or so in a fight, and even factoring in the lower scoring here, he's not throwing nearly as many punches as he had in the Olympic trials.
Under a minute to go in round number 2.
It looks over anxious.
Daufigaban won round 1 by a 2-1 score. Marquez given a caution for a headbutt.
He's having all kinds of problems getting past that jab. He's trying to counter with his left hand, but he's going wild with it.
He says he wants to make the judges see his punches, build an early lead, but that has not happened. Down 2-1 at the end of 1 round.
The problem, I think, here is that Marquez is staying straight up. He's not ducking a hair. He's trying to now, and that's really what he has to do right there. He's got to slip and duck those jabs. These are things Raul Marquez knows how to do, Bob. He trains with professionals. He's been with professionals for the past 4 years. Right now, he's fighting like a rank amateur.
And the bell sounds to end round 2. Marquez lifts his arm.
He thinks he had a better second round. I'm not so sure. The scoreboard says 4-4.
And Oscar De La Hoya and some of the U.S. contingent looking our way at our monitors to see the score. Well, it's 4-4. Let's see if we can listen in.
Here we get that good overhead shot. And here's one of the few times that Marquez was able to counter Daufigaban well. For the most part, he's missing wildly with a lot of his punches. And you know, neither of those landed cleanly with the white part of the glove, so obviously he didn't get credit for those.
Well, you heard Joe Bird say lead with that left hand. What do you think, Wally?
Well, all I know is he's got to relax. He's not punching to the body. And this is something I'd like to ask him. Maybe after seeing how the computer scoring has gone in the first day of competition, he's decided not to throw body punches. So that's something that he normally does very, very well.
Daufigaban, David Daufigaban of Nigeria in the blue. Raul Marquez of the United States in the red. Marquez with a good left hand there. Tied at 4 at the end of 2. And Marquez throwing that left hand.
This would be a tremendous blow to the U.S. team if Marquez loses this fight. After Phoenix, Marquez was considered a sure medalist by his teammates, and if he loses here, this is going to be a bad blow to them.
Especially with the draw, the way it came out as well. He has a favorable draw.
We thought so. You know, the stylistic problems that this man from Nigeria presents to Raul Marquez, now at this point, I don't think he could say it was really a favorable draw. This is a fighter they would have preferred to avoid.
Those punches all blocked.
Well, if nothing else that we saw in the Robert Allen fight, I think we know that Raul Marquez is a determined young man, is not going to be put off by being hit hard or not being able to score early, because he did have some problems early with Robert Allen and came on to knock him out in the 3rd round. So I don't think that'll be a problem here.
Raul Marquez.
I don't think you'll see Marquez giving up because he's having a tough time getting past the tangle of arms here. But he's having a really terrible time landing clean punches.
And through the first 2 days of the Olympics, fighters from the continent of Africa have had some tough times with the scoring. This fight tied at 4 at the end of 2 rounds.
And I really think that's an injustice to Daufigaban. I thought that he scored many, many more clean punches than that in the first 2 rounds. And that was a good right hand by Marquez, and it looked like Daufigaban's legs were a little unsteady.
Marquez cautioned for trying to lift Daufigaban. Little left hand scored by Marquez. And is Marquez wearing down another opponent?
That was a pretty good combination in there by Daufigaban. This is far from the Raul Marquez we saw a month ago, Bob.
Final 30 seconds. This one very close.
This fight is a toss-up, Bob, and Marquez has not had the kind of third round that he really wanted to have here, just so there would be no doubt. I think this fight is still up for grabs.
Well, Marquez with a left, missed with the right hand. Final 10 seconds. And there's the bell. Should be interesting to see.
There's got to be some very, very sweaty palms up in that U.S. section right now, Bob. A very sloppy showing.
The 6'2", David Afdiagban.
I think Raul Marquez will be the first one to tell us that tonight. There's Evander Holyfield up in the stand signing autographs.
And as they've been doing all night tonight, they're not posting the scores.
Well, good. Let's have a little suspense here. I like this.
And Marquez to the center of the ring. He and Afdiagban shake hands. And Raul Marquez a winner.
Boy, and I just felt one collective sigh of relief come over the margin of victory, a single point.
8-7. Raul Marquez comes up with the victory over David Afdiagban of Nigeria. And Wally Matthews is immediately on his way to the interview area, and hopefully we'll get a chance to hear from Raul Marquez. And David Afdiagban of Nigeria takes a victory lap as we get a look at some of the action from the end of the third round. Raul Marquez trying to dig in that final round.
Has been outstanding during the competition, going against